considering there are so many things, like the lifespan of a dog here is shorter anyways due to many things that could harm them. I think the best thing you can do for the dog is to get him sterilized. You know, I get it. Dogs are scared of people, people are scared of dogs. So our mission is to just bring both closer. But it's not either or, you know? I think you can do both. It's not, for me, it was never, I'm only gonna help dogs. I do like people a lot, and but I also love dogs. Just help where you can, whatever. If it's a dog, it's a dog. If you help a person, help a person. Like whatever you can, just help.
Scoopy gang, welcome to the new week. I like that she's laughing already, you know, that means the pressure is off, hopefully. And I'm TJ as your host, and this is Daisy. Nice to, Daisy is like a princess of Disney movies, right?
Is she?
I think so, no? Princess Diana, or like, it's kind of relatable, you know?
I thought Donald Duck maybe has
Donald
like
Duck?
a Daisy,
Yeah.
but I'm not sure.
Really?
I don't.
You
I'm
never
not
watched
sure.
the princess TV shows as a kid? Like a lot of the girls love to watch the princess movies and like, oh, I wanna get married like a princess.
Yeah, I never had these thoughts, I guess.
Never really.
No.
You're always down to earth, and you're like, okay, if I find someone, I'll be happy. You know, that's all it is.
I think as a really young kid, when I was like 4 or something, I used to dress up maybe.
Yeah.
But I think a little later I had other worries than that.
What are the other worries? It's like little later.
Like just
Go to college.
proper struggles, I guess.
Okay, family struggles.
Yeah.
Okay, understandable. So, a lot of people like have this as a dream. I feel like, because for me, when I heard him saying, I want to, when I get more money or when I get settled, I want to start like a dog shelter or something like that. So you already have your dream. How do you feel about it?
The thing is, this was never my dream.
Yeah.
I never had anything to do with dogs. You know, my dad is German and my mom is Egyptian. But after my parents separated, we moved to Cairo, and our mom was always like, don't get close to dogs, don't touch them, dogs are bad.
Yeah.
So I grew up not having anything to do with dogs other than maybe fearing them.
Yeah.
So yeah, this was never my dream. It just happened.
So would
Bali
you say?
just happened. And,
So you just moved here and you like fell in love with dogs, and what is the reason you wanted to do this?
I never wanted to do this.
Then why are you doing it?
Well, the thing is, at one point I found a dog and she needed help, and then I think you should just help. Like this is just my instincts basically kicked in. I was okay, this dog needs help, let's get the dog help.
Yeah.
And this is how it started, and then I just found dogs everywhere and just escalated and But now, of course, things are completely different. I'm obsessed. I love them. They're the best thing that ever happened to me. But yeah, it was never my dream.
You know, I can relate with you because until I came here, I mean, I dated girls with dogs. I never really had one. I always like the hair of the dog is made uncomfortable to me, you know, on the bed, of course. So I was like, okay, I mean, I don't like dogs, but I like you as a girl, you know, I don't mind dating you. And then after I came here, I really wanted to get Kintamani, the white one. And there is a couple of other reasons for it. But I think now I like the dogs, but I'm still like genuinely a little scared of dog bites. So yeah, but I love dogs here. I mean, I'm not sure how you're doing it, but there's so many dogs. I noticed you remember so many dogs' names. Like it's amazing for me. You know, in these days, I feel like you can't even remember a human name. Like you see him today and you see them another day, and you're like,
Well, I don't.
So
I don't remember human names. I do remember dog names, though.
why is that?
I don't know. I guess it has something to do with the connection. I mean, the thing is, you meet a human, and it's not that you feel close to this person straight away. But with dogs, it's different. You see a dog, and you're like, oh my god, hi, what's his name? And then somebody's like, I don't know, Spotty or something. It's like, hey, Spotty. While with humans, it's not like that. It's not that I meet you and then I'm like, oh my god,
You're so cute.
You're so cute, and give you kisses and stuff like that.
It'll
you know?
be creepy for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, who's this? So, you and your sister moved together here?
Yeah, we moved here together 11 years ago.
11 years ago?
Yeah.
I thought you were pretty recent.
No.
11 years ago.
Yeah, 11 years ago, and then she moved back to Germany for a while, and came back here, and yeah, that's that.
So what is the
Here.
reason you lived in Cairo, then you moved here?
No,
Directly?
we grew up in Cairo, and then we moved to Germany, and then eventually we moved to Baghdad. Because my mom was married to somebody from Baghdad, and when the war began, he wanted to go back to see what's basically left, because he hasn't been in like 30 years or something at that point. And so we moved there, but obviously it was a war zone. So after 2 years or something, we moved back to Germany, and I don't know, hi Benny, I never belonged anywhere, I guess. Like it was I never really had roots somewhere.
So you always felt like, okay, this is not a home.
Well, in Germany, I wasn't German.
Yeah.
And in Egypt, I wasn't Egyptian either. Like I never belonged anywhere, I guess. And we moved a lot, even within Germany. So it's not that I ever, had friends that I knew from kindergarten or anything like that.
So is it like, is it hard to live there when it's a war zone, and of course you're a kid? How was that for you? And you're a girl, of course.
Sorry?
You're a girl, of course, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so how was that for you? And you're a foreigner.
Nice. Not nice.
Yeah.
No, it was really hard.
Yeah.
It was a proper war zone. Like we didn't have electricity or anything like that. We weren't allowed to go out, and you hear, bombs at night and explosions, and it was not nice. We were terrified.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, after that, you probably moved here and you felt happy. Did you feel this is a home?
I moved to Germany and I lived there, and then I came here and I felt so comfortable straight away. I can't even tell you why.
Yeah.
It was just a feeling, and I was like, okay, I want this again. So I went back to Germany and I came here. I took 5 days off from work and came here for 3 nights. And then on the way back, it was just like, okay, I have to move to Bali. I mean, back then, being a digital nomad wasn't a thing.
Yeah, no, nobody knows digital nomadic until pandemic,
And then I was like, okay, I'm just gonna try it. If it works out, great. If not, then worst thing is I have to go back to Germany.
Okay.
And well, majority of the companies I was working with, they didn't want to work with me anymore.
Yeah.
But thankfully I had savings, so.
Okay.
And I believe that, if you want something, there will always be some doors that open eventually.
Yeah.
And lucky me, this was the case. And
now you feel like home?
Oh, I always felt like home here.
Okay. What do you think? Because for me, when I stepped in here, I felt so much energy here. It's like so nice. It could be a lot of like manifestations of other people, or there's some kind of energy here.
I truly believe that. I think there's something magical about this place. But I also think that that Bali is not for everyone.
Yeah.
I mean, over the years, I've seen so many people coming and going. It's more like, I have the feeling that Bali has some sort of natural selection. Really, like.
It's like, I heard stories like if Bali doesn't want you, it'll kick you out right there.
It truly does.
Yeah. If it wants you, See, I came here as a solo traveler, okay? I wanted to travel. I never want to be here, you know? I came here for like 2 months, then I'm like, I'm going to be leaving. And it's been a year. And I didn't leave, and I feel this is my home.
Yeah.
And also, for me, people are so important. I feel these people are really great, you know? They're nice people, welcoming.
Yeah.
So how was it like 11 years ago? Because as a tourist, there was not a lot of tourism, I think, 11 years ago. It's all like still rice fields. Things are growing in Bali, that like people are, like most of the surfers coming to Bali. How did the locals welcome you?
Oh, they were very welcoming, and I think this was one of the things that made me feel so comfortable here.
Yeah.
Because like I said, you know, in Egypt I was never Egyptian.
Yeah.
I was always a foreigner. In Germany, I was always the foreigner as well. And here, even though I was like a proper foreigner,
Yeah.
I had nothing to do with Indonesia, Bali, whatsoever. Yet, the Balinese people were so welcoming, and yeah, of course, this added to the feeling of just feeling home, despite not, you know, not being Indonesian.
So you never wanted to leave Bali?
No, to this day. You know, back in the days, I was never homesick. I never even understood how people can be homesick.
Yeah.
But now I fully get it. I hate leaving the island. Like sometimes I'm like, okay, it's good to get out, and then I go away for a couple of days. But after a couple of days, like, oh my God, I want to go home. I want to go home.
You see, you call home. That's what I like, because as soon as I went to Thailand recently, last month. As soon as I stepped in Thailand, I'm like, I miss Bali.
Yeah.
I was like, it doesn't happen to everybody, you know. Like, and also like there is so much now. It's after pandemic. There is so much tourism, right? So people leave, come. People leave, come. They travel everywhere. There's a couple of my friends traveling all over the world, and they're like, I miss Bali. And they enjoy living the life there, and still like, oh, I miss Bali. I don't know what is the reason also. I still can't like figure it out. Maybe it's because the community is so big here and the people are very welcoming, and it feels like everything is here. Do you feel like that?
I think it really depends on what you have in a certain place. Let's say in Germany, I don't have anything there.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, I do have a family. I'm not necessarily very, very close with everyone, but I don't have many friends because after all these years here, you just don't, there are not many friends left. And my entire life is here, you know, I have the dogs here, I have all my friends here, I have the team here. This is my family.
Yeah.
So obviously I miss them. So I can understand that for other people, they have this in other countries. So obviously they miss being there then as well.
Yeah. So
did I answer the question? I don't even know.
I think so. Yeah. So you told me that what makes you miss this place, because you have, like, of course, there's so many dogs relying on you here. Yeah. One of the things, how do you feel like there's so many dogs relying on you? I can't imagine myself, you know. Nobody's relying on me, even him. So how do you feel about that? That somebody's like so many, like they have their own mind, of course, but they can't do anything for themselves, right? So they had to rely on a person.
Yeah.
And how do you feel having, I don't know, 40 dogs, 50 dogs? How many you have?
In total?
Yeah.
Well, we have here almost 50, and then I have some at home,
Okay.
10, and my sister has some at home. But they're coming and
Like
going.
imagine like 50 years, right? So
I mean, obviously it puts a lot of pressure on me, especially, you know, financially it puts a lot of pressure on me, and also we have people who work here and so on, so you have to make sure that everyone is
get paid. Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So it does put a lot of pressure on me, but on the other hand, it feels very natural, I guess. Growing up, I was always responsible for my sister, and we got kicked out when we were very young, and so it's nothing. I think I'm just very familiar with that feeling.
Yeah.
It would be weird not to have it. It would be weird to just take care of myself, and that's that kind of.
It's like you get restless if you don't have that kind of feeling.
I do. Like when I go to Germany sometimes for work or whatever, it's so weird to just go into a hotel and you don't have to take care of anyone, and so on. Yeah, I don't like it.
Obviously, I understand that because
This is not my comfort zone. I guess my comfort zone
is being with some dogs, like trying to get your attention, you know. So, being said, like, of course, you get a lot of stress from this, right? How do you deal with stress? You go out of your from the dogs and make sure you, for a day, you stay away from them, or you still like.
It really depends. I have to say that the dogs are not the main reason why I'm stressed. It's more
Outside the things.
Yeah, it's more people. And as I said, finances, of course. And, you know, I guess it's also pretty normal. You know, you have these days where you think, oh my God, this is the end of the world. But you know that just let some time pass. It's definitely not the end of the world. You just have to hang in there. And but of course, I also sometimes when I know, okay, everything is getting a little much, then I just take some time off for myself and just be at home with my dogs and just hang out. Yeah, I mean, I love being with them. I'm just obsessed. I love them.
So there can be one day you can be away from them, right?
I can.
Yeah.
But I don't have to. I do it, obviously. But I also I like being at home.
Yeah. So how is I really don't want to ask because I get curious about this. Like being with so many dogs, how is the dating life?
I don't think, you know, back in the days I always thought it's an issue.
Yeah.
But it's not.
Really?
No, it's not.
So many dogs, no?
No.
Okay.
It's not that, you know, if you think about that I have 10 dogs at home, it sounds mad. But it's not. They have their routines. They sleep majority of the time anyways. You know, they go out in the morning, they have breakfast, they sleep, then in the afternoon they play a little, they have dinner, they go back to bed. Done.
Okay.
But obviously you have responsibility. It's not that I can just be like, oh, you know what, let's go away for 3 days. And I mean, I can do it, but I have to have somebody who takes care of them and so on. So yeah, I don't think it's a deal breaker.
Because for me, it's like, I wanted to get a dog when I came here. Then I'm like, hey, I asked myself a question. Are you responsible? I'm like, nope, I'm not responsible enough for anyone, you know. So I'm like, okay, I can't get a dog because if you're not responsible, you should not do anything, you know. So, yeah.
Maybe you can foster a dog. I also know a person who can help you with that.
Foster a dog?
Yeah, I know somebody who has lots of dogs.
You
can foster for a few weeks, see how it goes. Maybe you'll be surprised how responsible you actually are.
You see, you said it never been your dream or anything to do this.
No.
But then you became that person. You see, I'm scared of that. You know, I think I'm not responsible. I think I'm like don't want to do this. If I go in something and I'm like I fell in love and I can't look back, you know. And suddenly at this point I want to do something else. So I want to focus on that.
Yeah.
So I mean maybe in future. And also I'm not sure how long I'm gonna stay here. I'm gonna be here longer, but I'm not sure. And also I don't want to take a dog and leave it here. So, so that's one of the things I don't want to do.
Yeah.
So, how is the traveling life? Do you miss traveling?
No.
Being in Bali? No.
No.
I feel like there is like so many islands here in Indonesia. You can just go anywhere and you feel like you're in a different country.
Yeah, I do go sometimes.
You do?
I truly do go sometimes. But recently I went to Lombok and I just want to get some time off because this is marathon thing from Lovina to Oldmans that I have to train for.
Okay.
And I didn't get as much training in as I wanted, so I thought I'll just go to Lombok because the roads there are nice.
Pretty wide and like.
And I haven't been there in like 10 years.
Okay.
But then I went there, and obviously the first day I found dogs, and it just went on to a point where I was just like, okay, I have to leave this island. And I went to the Gili Islands. Instead, no dogs around.
So
I really needed a break from dogs.
You're a runner.
No, I'm not. I don't like running at all.
Then why you
I don't know. It's just, we're starting a school project soon, and this marathon thing is the money raised goes to the Bali Children Foundation, and they basically support schools, and we're going to work with schools. So I thought it's just going to go hand in hand because we have an education project that we're going to start soon, and I thought it just goes hand in hand. And I've never done this before, might just give it a try. I don't know what I was thinking, but too late now, can't chicken out. Yeah. Yeah, I really don't know what I was thinking.
You know, I actually hate
I don't
running
even want to
myself.
drive from Old Man's to Lovina, you know? I don't know what I was thinking.
Old Man's to Lovina, man. That's like what? 3 hours drive from a bike.
I don't know, but...
That's 3 hours bike.
But I can
bike
tell
ride.
you, so from Lovina to Old Man's, it's going to be 84 kilometers running
And also
through
hills.
the night. It's going to be awesome.
And it's not a straight road. I feel it's on the hills.
Yeah, it
and
goes up. Yeah,
Yeah, and,
I know.
and curvy. Good luck
I'm
for
going
you.
tomorrow to Munduk for some hill runs and haven't done much of these either. I'm
Good
just
luck.
so busy with dog stuff and I can't get... And the thing is, this is not my job.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously it consumes my entire life.
Yeah.
But it's not my main job in a sense that I make any money with it.
Yeah.
So I have a job as well. I need to work as well. So it's often hard to train for or do things that I want to do for myself.
That's good. So how do you treat yourself? Like it's like doing. I mean, of course, you're doing this for yourself. But how do you treat yourself? If whenever you feel like, okay, I need to treat myself, you need self-love, right? That's what they
Yeah, I go to this hotel in the north with a few of my dogs, and
Oh,
that's-
you do?
yeah, I don't want to leave them because it's so nice for them there, and I just love to have them around. If they're not there, I miss them, so it's better to take them and just enjoy myself, I guess.
So even if I can ask this question, which of the dogs you love to take, you miss? You have 60 dogs, right? You can't miss every one of them. Like,
No, not everyone.
yeah. Which of the couple, the names you miss?
Oh, this list is very long. It
Literally.
really depends. Also, it depends if
Like,
you live
what is
with
your
them.
top dog?
Oh, I can't say this. I can't say this. There's
They
so
don't know.
many.
They don't hear this, you know?
No, I really like. There's not one where I'm like, this one.
Really?
They are all so different and so unique, and they all have something about them. And Bali dogs are crazy. They are really nuts, but they're so full of character. And sometimes I have the feeling I live with teenagers. Like really, if they don't want
100% because-
something, they don't want something, you
Yeah.
know. And you need to find a compromise. And
Yeah.
they're great. So
They'll-
it's not that I have 1 or 2 or 3 or 5 favorite dogs.
So in a way, you can say that.
Hi.
In a way, you can say that love can be shareable. It doesn't need to be one person.
100%.
Yeah.
Or one dog.
Yeah. It's not a dog.
100%.
It
No,
applies
they're
to humans.
They're obviously, you have some which are maybe not, like you like them,
Yeah.
but it's not that they're like your favorite.
Yeah.
And not because they're like bad or anything. It's just
Just assholes.
it's just how it is. No, they're not necessarily assholes. No, but they're just not your kind of dog.
Yeah.
And that's fine.
So, I mean, most of these dogs, you train them or they get like,
Training Bali dogs. Good luck.
good luck. Huh? Why is that? Like, it's in their blood or what?
They're just wild. I don't know. They just do whatever they want.
Yeah.
But obviously, we have routines and stuff. You have to if you have so many dogs living together. Just like if you have a big family, you need your rules and your routines and so on. So it's pretty much the same.
Okay. Because I don't hear a lot of horror stories in Bali about dogs. I really don't. Because I feel like these dogs are they bark at you, but they don't bite you.
I think they're very social as well. They're really
They're like, I was like always like drive on the road. I'm like, I need to think of what that dog is telling me when she's barking at me. Hello, stranger. Hello, stranger.
or she's just scared.
Like, walk off from here, from my road. Because I feel like I wish dogs can speak. I would love to because that way I can get a dog and forget about humans. You know, that's something they're very loyal to you. You know.
But humans can be nice as well. I like humans.
Sometimes they're assholes. You know?
Yeah, but some dogs are assholes as well.
But I think once the dog loves you, it loves you forever.
Yeah.
There is no
Yeah.
like, oh, I love you today, I don't love you tomorrow. There's
Yeah.
nothing like that, you know?
Yeah, there's like they're so honest. I never, back in the days, I never understood why some people said, yeah, dogs are so honest. I I never understood what this even means, but now I get it.
Yeah.
If a dog loves you, he actually loves you for who you are.
Yeah.
It's like a really.
There's no like
They
boundaries.
don't play games. They don't, it's they actually do like you. If they don't like you, you're gonna feel this.
Yeah.
You have to, and with people, it's not that easy.
How
it's
you
different.
navigate with this? You learn from the dogs, and of course, as a human, we also learn from other things like animals or anything, right? So of course, you with all these dogs, you learn from them, and how you navigate through the people, which is bad in your life. Like,
Well, I think, when it comes to people, there are certain lessons that I had to learn all over again several times, and certain mistakes I had to repeat over and over again. I think everything has a lot to do with boundaries, I guess.
Yeah.
And I think that I often
forget.
used to. I'm
Yeah.
better. I broke the cycle, I would say.
I used to. I forget. I say I don't want this, and then I forget. Then I'm like, okay, it's. I think we're humans, right? We make mistakes all over again.
All the time, and that's okay. As long as you can admit that you just fucked up, and there's nothing wrong with that. But I have the feeling that this is something that's really hard to do for so many people. Instead of just being like, oh yeah, shit, I fucked this up. This was absolutely dumb. I'm sorry, or whatever. They're so easy just to blame everyone else,
Yeah.
and everyone else is the reason they behave this shitty or whatsoever. And I just don't like that.
It's. I just thought of this. Like humans just get away with this. Like, I'm human. I make mistakes. Like dogs can't say that. They bite someone. I'm like, you're down. They put you down. So I'm like, I'm a dog. You need to forgive me. I wish they can you can find a way to like, even some bad happens, you like let it go. Have you ever had dog bites?
Dog bites?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Every day.
No. No, I try not to get bitten, but of course, sometimes when you rescue dogs, they're scared, they're terrified, they don't know what you want from them. So obviously, they want to sometimes bite you, and you just have to be careful. But sometimes it also happens that, I don't know, two dogs fight and you go in between, and it happens.
Yes. Because
Yeah.
I heard one of the guy who comes to coffee where I drink, he has like 6 dogs. The other day he was telling me I got bitten. I'm like, why? I'm like, I was trying to
Break
break
up
up the fight. Yeah, it's so weird like that. You when you try to like, even like when two humans fight. I mean, I can't compare humans with dogs, but I'm trying to like make people understand this if they can't. The humans fight, when you go in between, like very less you get punched on the face. If you get punched on the face, of course they don't like you. But I mean, when you're aggressive as a dog, probably it's normal to like fuck off from this.
Well, I don't know if they're aggressive. I don't think they're aggressive. It's just, you have a sibling or whatever, you fight. It's just normal. It's just their way of fighting is just different than ours.
Yeah.
We don't bite each other. But they eventually sometimes do, and then that's that. But yeah, if we can't prevent it, sometimes it happens that we try to split them up. And then it happens that you get bitten. It's just how it is.
I speak to so many people, right? Like even like not on the podcast, I speak to so many people, and now people are going through this life coaching and all the bullshit there is. I feel if they figured out themselves, they're not teaching anybody. They're implementing on themselves, and they will become the dreamiest things they want to become. They don't need to teach anybody, right? That's what my first curiousness comes in. And then I hear people talking about like boundaries, right? So when you talk about it, I feel like unless you implement it, and I see it every day you're implementing, I respect it. If you're talking about it every day and I see it, you're not following the boundaries, I'm like, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, this is
what do you mean telling me every day? It's like somebody talking about I'm gonna quit drinking tomorrow.
Yeah.
So I think that's nice. Like when to hear that you wanna like put some boundaries for your life to become a better person is really good.
It's also very healthy, I think.
Because
but often you just don't do it because you don't want to. You want to please people, or you don't want to step on toes or whatsoever. Or also sometimes you're like, oh fuck it, I'm just gonna do it. It's just one more time and so on. But unfortunately, people also take advantage of that, and
100% because
that's just how it is. So yeah.
What do you think about this? Like, so in olden ways, right? There is all this, like there is no boundaries, right? A person can creep, a person can come to your home anytime they want, do something. Now it's all going away. I mean, in a way, it's going creepy, and still it happens here because it's not westernized as much compared to. I like that in a bit, but sometimes I feel like there is certain things you can do, there is certain things you can't do for anyone. You know, do you feel happy that these things are going away and humans are like putting these boundaries? And also sometimes you feel like they're putting over boundaries too much. And like, I feel like, so imagine me talking to a girl, right? So there is, for me to navigate through different kinds of girl is so hard because every girl is different.
Yeah.
So one girl
every
says...
Every person is different.
Yeah, every person is
every
different.
Every dog is different.
Yeah, 100%. Thank you for correcting me. You know? You see, I like that. So one girl likes to, like, for them to chase, you know, for them to guide to chase. One girl likes to, I like my own thing. I will tell you if I like you, or I will tell you if I want something, right? So in this world mixed of everybody, how do you navigate through like these boundaries, even if setting for yourself? It's hard to navigate through, right?
Well, the only thing you can control is yourself. So I don't know. I just hope that whoever, if I say something or do something and whoever is in front of me or whatever, and he or she doesn't like it, they just let me know, and then I can take responsibility for it and don't do it again, and that's that. But the truth is, I don't think about this too much.
Really? Because I do, because the point of for me asking question is, I put so many people in the bin. You understand bin, right?
No. I know you mean trash can, but I don't know.
So once the person, like, even not being on the time, I put them in the bin because for me it's like so important. But then I think of it as like you're doing this to like every person who makes a mistake a single time or 5 times, and you're losing so many people in your life. Would you feel that?
I think I don't believe in it's only black and white. You know, I think there are certain things that you can forgive and certain things which are okay, but other things which are just, you can forgive them, but you don't necessarily want to have anything to do with this person again.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's also a boundaries thing, I guess.
Because I feel like, I mean, I think I spoke to so many people here and I put so many people in the bin so fast. And then I'm like, sometimes I sit there and think, I'm like, did you do the right thing? Because sometimes I'm like, I'll forgive this person, but I should have given the second chance to this person.
Well, you can always give second chances. You can still go to this person now and be like, hey, let's give it another shot.
Yeah. So
to be honest, my social life is not very, I don't have a very active social life. I really am super boring. I do have, of course, very close friends, and my sister is here, so, but it's not that I go out a lot or like just socialize a lot.
So you only like talk to dogs and talk to your sister?
Yeah. No, I don't. But the truth is I don't have the time. Yeah. And I'm really happy with, I mean, every now and then I meet people as well where I'm like, oh yeah, I would like to be closer to them. But then you have to spend a lot of time together and so on in order to be closer in the first place. And I'm just, it's enough the way it is, I guess. I really don't have that much time. I get up most of the days, I get up at 2 or 3 in the morning just to get my work done. And then after that, in the morning, I come here and do all kinds of stuff here. And there's a lot of admin work. You know, it's not that I come here and just cuddle dogs and that's it. And then after that, I go back to my actual job. I have phone calls whatsoever. And then after that, I still have to answer DMs on Instagram and so on. So there's not that much time anyways. And the time that I have, the free time, I usually spend it with my close friends, so I'm not looking for anything new. There's nothing missing really that I'm looking to get in another person.
That's nice. Yeah.
So yeah, I don't really care that much about that.
So you're not into partying then?
No. But I have to say, when I came here,
You was
like my
partying.
first, oh my God, I was very into socializing. I was very into surfer guys, partying. I think I was drunk for like a year straight or longer.
You don't even know what happened.
No. It's a blur.
Really?
Yeah.
How do you feel about that?
Whatever, why not? I think everyone should not necessarily, but everyone should have this kind of phase in your life. But now, I mean, I'm almost in my mid-30s. It's not, I don't want to spend nights
Drinking, partying.
No, it doesn't give me anything.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, it happens sometimes that I'm going for dinner and then I have a drink and another one, and it's like, okay, let's go out. But latest by midnight, I'm in bed, and you can count these days like on one hand in a year. It's just not.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm just getting older or something.
I understand because, see, I stopped drinking. I had a beer here and then, but I keep telling I've been sober for 29 days. But I only got like blacked out once in my life. That was like 2 months ago. Then I stopped drinking. I'm like, what the fuck was that? For me, it's I can't be like, I had to be like more focused, and I don't know. I know what I should be doing. Even when I'm drunk. Now it's for me to party. I go out a lot, I socialize a lot, but I don't drink.
Yeah.
And I'm like, should I talk to these drunk people or should I not? I think I'm navigating through that right now, but I feel sometimes for the reason I started drinking is also socialize.
Yeah, because it is very social.
Yeah, and also people leave you alone if you don't drink. Like you're a boring person, you're not coming to the party anymore. They don't ask you out at all. But yeah, that's. I think now people are realizing that we don't need to drink to socialize. It's easy to. I think it's good.
I think it just makes you a little more, just what's the English word for it? Like it just makes you a little loosen up a little bit, And I think this can be fun as well. But I also think once you pass 30, hangovers just hit differently.
Yeah.
And you're not fine for 3 days. And I just can't afford that. It's not worth it.
You can't afford that. You have so many dogs,
My dogs don't give a shit
Yeah.
if I'm hungover or not. They get up in the morning, and it just doesn't. I think back in the days, I used to love it just because I wanted to meet people. I wanted to meet especially guys.
What happened
And I
to
was
that
looking
now?
for some. No, I'm good now. No, but now it's I'm not looking for that. Anymore. And now when I go out with my girlfriends, for example, we want to have a fun night, and we have a fun night, but they continue, I go back home. I'm just, at one point, I'm just like, okay, I'm hungry and tired, bye, and then I go. I'm not a fun person to party with, I guess. But
not everybody,
I also partied so much, especially, spending almost my entire 20s here. I partied so much.
You're in the right place to
much.
party, yeah, for sure. What are the misconceptions of the dogs in Bali?
What are they? You tell me. I don't know. I'm biased. So I don't know.
For me, I don't know because I don't have a dog personally. But I feel like there is a lot of the only thing I hear is like rabies, right? What do you think? Like, is it fixable?
The thing is, I always like to stay positive. So I definitely think it is possible, but obviously in order to eliminate something like rabies, you would have to vaccinate all dogs for many, many years to eliminate it. But which also means that you have to sterilize animals in order not to have unwanted litters and so on. I do think it's 100% doable. We just have to
But what do you think about sterilizing? Like,
I think it's very important. It's we are starting our sterilization program on the 12th of May, because obviously rescuing it's nice, but it basically puts a band-aid on the actual problem, which is the number of unwanted and therefore dumped dogs and so on. And I think that sterilizing is key. Sterilizing and vaccinating is key. Did I answer the question? See, again, I really forgot again if I...
No, I think for me, you gave me another question in there, because I remember you talking about sterilizing. How important, like, I understand, like, human, you get, like, don't want it, you take it off, but dogs, you're taking the... they don't know what they want. But I don't know what they want, even the dogs, right? So you're taking the opportunity of the dog having kids, right? So how is that, like...
Oh, do you mean if I feel guilty about it?
Yeah.
No, I don't.
Okay.
If you see how or if you think about how these little pups would grow up and how high are the chances that they're not even going to make it, considering there are so many things, like the lifespan of a dog here is shorter anyways due to many things that could harm them. I think the best thing you can do for the dog is to get him sterilized. It's also not only the babies, they can get a tumor as well. Like, it could actually kill them as well, not getting sterilized. I think the best thing you can do is sterilize your animal.
What are the challenges you go through with the local community though? Like, with having so many dogs? I understand you guys take the dogs to beach, right? There's like 60 dogs going on the road. It's like buffaloes, I used to go for
We don't go with 60 dogs to the beach. We do go in groups though.
Yeah.
And also some dogs are at mine, so they are very separate from this place.
Yeah.
We do go in groups of 10 or 12 in order not to, the thing is, wherever people and dogs meet, there's a lot of conflict potential,
commotion.
I would say. And the thing is, I get it. Dogs are scared of people. People are scared of dogs. So our mission is to just bring both closer.
Yeah.
It's going to take a long time.
Yeah.
But I'm here. I'm not going anywhere. So I might just do this for the rest of my life.
Yeah.
Just, trying to bring people and dogs closer together. And but obviously, I know it from personal experience. If you are scared of a dog, you're not going to go there. You're going to be scared, and the dog is going to sense that you are scared. So the dog is going to bark, and then you're going to be scared more. Then you might be maybe going to throw something on him.
Yeah.
You should not do that, but some people, out of fear, do these things, and then the dog eventually also bites, which makes him, in the end, more scared of people, and you, for example, more scared of dogs. So so it's hard, but
these are the challenges you need to get through. Yeah. Because yesterday he was like shushing the dogs, bro. I was like telling him, bro, don't shush them. Let them be.
Don't shush the dog.
No, they're gonna bite your nuts off,
I don't think they would do that. But I also think that dogs can tell when you're scared.
Yeah.
And some dogs, my dogs, for example, if I have like a tukang at mine, and he's scared. Oh, my dogs love it. They love it when he's
They're
scared.
Like when person's scared, I'm like, I'm the boss here.
Exactly. So yeah, that's. Anyways, we, as I said, we're gonna go to schools and do some work there, because I do think, with older people, with the older generation, there's not much you can change.
Yeah.
Like,
it's only the young generation that can change. Yeah.
Exactly. Like, let's say my mom, she's never going to be a dog person.
Yeah.
It's just how it is. She doesn't like dogs. It's not going to change. It doesn't matter how many times I'm like, hey mom, look, so cute. She doesn't care. She doesn't like them. That's that. But I think with younger kids, I think there's still, you can still do something. You can still bring them closer to dogs.
I mean, you can take pros and cons of everything, right? So, I mean, young generation is trying to navigate through like what is good, what is bad. I hope that everybody learns this and get through it however they want to achieve it. So what are your goals for future for this?
This is like a really dream big, I guess, but
Simple goals, huh? One by one.
I want that. I mean, the ultimate goal would be that there isn't any rescue whatsoever needed. I don't know. I don't think it's gonna be the case, but we can try, right? I mean, I think
nothing is unachievable when it matters to physical human possibility.
Some things are more realistic than others, but I think that you can try.
Yeah. That's what it says for me. Try work. It says that work harder, put your effort. Don't expect to become like. Don't expect a fruit from it. Like you try your best and see what happens.
Yeah, and sometimes your best is not enough, and that's okay too. But just keep trying, keep going.
I mean, you can't do anything else. You're giving the best out of it. I mean, what can you do as you're a human, right?
Yeah, 100%. But I also think that everyone, especially people who are, like, let's be honest, I'm privileged. Not that I grew up privileged, because we were very, very poor in Egypt, especially. But just the fact that I have a German passport, it makes me very privileged.
Yeah, 100%.
And I had chances and opportunities that many, many other people in many, many places don't have.
Take,
just like in India.
Yeah.
It's just, unfortunately, it's unfair, but it is how it is.
Yeah.
And I'm very lucky that I have it and that I don't have the Egyptian passport, because then things would look vastly different
100%.
as well. And then I think that being more fortunate, you also have, it comes with a responsibility as well. And I think that it's your responsibility to just help a little, you know, while you're on Earth. And I think, I mean, this was always something that I did. It didn't matter. You know, sometimes I didn't have much money left or something, and I gave it to somebody who needed it more or whatever. And just because I know that I'm gonna be fine, I'm gonna make it somehow. I'm more careful with people. But yeah, I think that helping a little, you can't go wrong with that.
But why did you choose? I mean, you didn't choose to be doing this, but you did.
I know what you're gonna ask now.
Why did you choose dogs before humans?
You know how many times my mom asked me this? Like, yeah, why not people? Why dogs? But it's not either or, you know? I think you can do both. It's not, for me, it was never, I'm only gonna help dogs, because this is not, I do like people a lot. And but I also love dogs. It's just help where you can, whatever. If it's a dog, it's a dog. If you help a person, help a person. Like, whatever you can, just help. Obviously, you also have to make sure that you are doing well. But I don't think it's an either or. Like, whatever, just help.
Helping whatever way you can to make this better place.
Exactly. It's like, but there are many people in Africa who don't have. Okay, but I'm here, you know. And obviously, it would be good if I also do something somewhere else. But why not help right in front of the door?
Yeah.
And here, literally right in front of my door, it's often that I find dumped dogs, and why not help?
Yeah. I mean, it's so. What is your one final question? What is your goals personally?
This is my personal goal, to just bring dogs and people closer together. I would love for many people here to see how awesome these dogs are. If you are nice to them, they are truly the best. And I would love more people to experience that, because that ultimately would make the life of dogs, but also of people, better here. So
that's I mean, I just felt emotional there, because I feel like whenever I ask someone to get on the podcast, I feel like there is some kind of connection or something's telling me to ask them. And when I asked that question, when you answered that this is my personal goal, like, I feel like I'm so glad and good, and like, I'm so happy that these people can be on my podcast and, like, you know, can at least
make me blush now.
Share it to people. I'm so happy that you're here and just shared this story. I mean, I hope I covered as much as I can. Is there anything, if you want to tell the camera, tell the people, you're more than welcome to share it. And
Visitor Day is every Wednesday. Come around and visit us from 10 to 12:30.
Thank you for being here.
Thank you so
and
much for doing
really
that.
thank you for at least this is not a studio. It's not just like go in, sit and talk. This is, I know it's so much work behind
Yeah,
this.
we are lucky. Like I'm surprised how quiet they are. Actually, I didn't expect it to be that.
Yeah, and they're sleeping. They're like, okay, these people are giving us lullabies. You know?
They have routines. Just like my dogs at home.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you
Appreciate
too.
this.
Thank you.
Thank you for this week, and we'll see you next week. And please subscribe and make sure to check out their Bali Paws. And see you next week. Thank you.
Bye bye.